As the weather changes from fall to winter, there is one thing which is always on my mind: respiratory illness. Although I am extremely cautious throughout the entire year, when the weather changes, I become hyper aware of people's health. If anyone has a scratchy throat, itchy eyes, a runny nose, or a cough, I immediately move away from the person. Additionally, I do not touch light switches or door handles with my bare hands. I often wear gloves when I leave my home, so if anyone wants to shake my hand, they will shake my glove. When I get home, I immediately take off my gloves and thoroughly wash my hands with soap and water. I also frequently wash my hands throughout the entire day. However, even taking all these precautions, there are times when I get sick. Join me this week as I discuss what happens when I get sick and steps I take to help get through a respiratory illness. One of the first signs of illness for me is my sputum changes colors and consistency. Sputum is the mucus which is coughed up or suctioned out of a tracheostomy tube. For more information about sputum, please see the video In Sickness and in Health, Know Your Sputum. An increase in my respiration rate can be an early sign of respiratory infection. On my ventilator, it displays the number of times I breathe per minute. At rest, my breathing is around 15 breaths per minute. If my breathing increases to 20 breaths per minute or more, this often indicates I'm coming down with an illness. An early indicator for me of an infection is my body temperature. Depending on the illness, my body temperature can be low or high. Please note, a low body temperature can be just as serious as a high body temperature. When a respiratory infection affects my trachea, it often causes swelling. The inflamed area will change the diameter of the trachea. If you have a cuff on your tracheostomy tube, inflating or deflating your cuff may become painful. When an illness affects my tracheostomy tube will become very uncomfortable. Due to the swelling of my trachea, I often need to use less air to inflate the cuff on my tracheostomy tube. If I notice I might be coming down with an illness, I start drinking more fluids. When I get sick, I know my body often starts producing more sputum. I will need to keep hydrated to prevent the sputum from becoming thick and clogging my tracheostomy tube. If I feel my throat is scratchy or my sputum has changed in color or consistency, I begin using my nebulizer more frequently. I run 5 milliliters of saline through my nebulizer to loosen up the sputum in my airways. If my breathing is fast or seems to be difficult, I will add a medicine called a bronchodilator to my nebulizer. When a microorganism attacks the airways, it often causes a sore or scratchy throat. I find sucking on throat drops helpful. Another remedy is a numbing spray called hurricane spray. This spray can be applied to the throat or mouth and will numb the area. If you have a tracheostomy tube or use a ventilator to breathe, a respiratory illness can turn into an emergency quickly. If you have any doubt if your illness may be serious, please contact your home health nurse, respiratory therapist, doctor's office, or other healthcare professional. It is always better to be too cautious than to have symptoms become life-threatening. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye.